Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine and healthy. As you all know that we are not able to conduct the classes in school, so we are having an online classes. Welcome you all to class 5th. So before coming to a first chapter of computer, I want to tell you something that your best teacher is your last mistake. So the mistakes which you have made in class 4th, please try to work on it. Please try to overcome them, and if you are finding any difficulty, if you are facing any problem, please feel free to come and ask me, and we are having enough time to overcome that weaknesses that you're having in class 4th. So we will give our best to class 5th. Promise me all? Okay. Now coming to our first chapter, that is spreadsheet tools. What is a spreadsheet software? We will going to learn in this chapter. Okay. Now, in the earlier time, there were accountants hired by the companies. What they used to do? Accountants used to prepare the budget. How much they have invested, how much they have saved, what is the income, what is the salary of a person. This all they used to maintain by the accountant. How the accountant used to maintain it? Accountant used to have a paper. On that paper, the accountant used to draw lines. The lines are in the form of a row and columns. The accountant used to draw with the help of the pencil some rows and columns. In that columns and rows, the accountant used to fill the entries, that is the numbers only. And at the end of the time, when they want to have a total of the column or the rows, they used to do it manually. They were not having the calculators or computers or any machine at that time which they can use it. So they were having a lot of manual work. They have prepared a budget. What was the drawback of it? If any value is changed in the cell, means in the row or a column, the whole calculation needs to be changed, and it is very time consuming process. So the again accountant has to do the sum or the calculations of the rows and the columns again. So it is very difficult to maintain the budget or any other task by the accountant. To overcome these difficulties, we have made the spreadsheet software. What is a spreadsheet software? Some function, you are already having different function. You can use these functions in your calculations. You need not to repeat the function. You need not to repeat the function again and again. You just has to recall that function and you can use it. What is a spreadsheet software? It is an application software. What is an application software? Application softwares are those software that are designed for a particular task only. For example, with MS Paint, you can do only painting. MS Word, you can only work with the letters or the words. In the same way, it is a spreadsheet software is also an application software which is used to work with the numbers. In the maths, you are having the numbers. You used to do the calculations on the numbers. You used to sum the numbers. You used to multiply the numbers. You used to divide the numbers. You used to difference the numbers. These all functions you can do in this software with many more functions even. So it is an application based software. Now it is an excellent tool for making a budget. You can make your budget very easily from this. What is a budget? You all know it. What is the income? What are the expenses? What are the savings? You can easily calculate with this software, which is maintained in the form of a columns, rows and numbers. Now they can do huge maths problem very easily and very quickly. It has replaced many paper based systems. In the business world, before the spreadsheet software, people used to maintain their budgets in the form of a paper. Just now I have told you this thing. So no need to maintain the budgets or any history in the form of a paper. You can maintain all your calculation based documents in the form of a spreadsheet software. They help you to understand huge amount of the data. If there is a large amount of the data, you can analyze it properly. For example, in a row there are a number of the values given. You want to find out the maximum value. You can use the maximum function, and within a fraction of time you can get the answer. What is the maximum number? So these are the functions and you can use in the spreadsheet software. So what is a spreadsheet software? It is an application software and it is designed to process the numbers. It is used to create the budget with the help of the numbers, rows and columns. You can calculate math problem very easily. It has replaced many paper based systems and you can analyze the data very easily in this. Now the next is, what are the advantages of using a spreadsheet software? First is editing. You can do the editing very easily. You can make the changes very easily in this software. Formulas, they are already made formulas in this software that you can use it in your calculations. Preset functions, there are many functions made in the spreadsheet software that you can use in your with your numbers. Graphical display of the data. You can write any data and you can get the graphical representation of that data very easily. These features I will explain you one by one. Now first is editing. Each data item in spreadsheet is stored with a single cell. In a cell, you can see here the small rectangle boxes are called the cells. These are called the cells. You can store any value in these cells. Cells can also contain formulas either written by the user or from the predefined sets. You can use the formula, you can write your formula here in these cells, or there are already made formulas that you can use in your problem solving. For example, you want to do the calculations using values from other cells. If you then update the value in other cell, the result in the formula cell update as well. If you are making, for example, this, if you are making any changes in the price column, the value and the result will automatically be updated. Means, for example, you are uh, taking out the sum of all the price values. So if you are changing the value of any cell, the value that you get at the last will also be changed. Means the result value will also be changed. So you need not to do the calculation again and again. If you are making the changes in any cell, the result will automatically be updated. Spreadsheet offer a very way to carry out continuously analysis. You can easily take out the analysis of the values which you are taking from there, and calculations you can easily do on the any cell. Formulas. There are already made formulas. What are formulas? It is an expression telling the computer what mathematical operation has to be performed on the values. Means you can use any formula, means any mathematical operation. What is mathematical operations? You can find out the sum, you can multiply, you can divide, you can take out the difference, you can take out the percentage very easily with the help of the formulas. And you need not to memorize the formulas again and again. You need not to write the formulas again and again. You only just have to use the formulas which are already present in the spreadsheet software. You can use directly with your values. Next is, when referring to computer software, formulas are most often used in spreadsheet program. In the spreadsheet program, you all know that formulas is the commonly used feature. Now, preset functions. It performs a calculation using specific values in particular order. Spreadsheet programs include common functions that can be used for quickly finding out the sum, average, maximum value, minimum value for a range of cells. With the help of these functions, you can easily find out the values of sum, average, count, maximum value, minimum value. Easily you can calculate with the help of the spreadsheet software. On the left side, you can see the graphical displays of the data. These all are the graphical displays of the data. If you were going to write the values of anything, then you will going to have a graphical display very easily. An Excel chart section provides the ability to represent the data very easily. You can get the data, whatever you enter the values in the cells, you can easily draw a chart with the help of those values. This allows users to visualize and communicate their data. They can easily present their data in the form of the graphical presentation. For example, you can draw a bar chart. You can draw the pie chart by seeing the value. Spreadsheet software can easily draw the graphical representation of the data. Now, about MS Excel, we will going to learn some more features of the spreadsheet. But MS Excel is also a spreadsheet program. MS Excel is a spreadsheet program. That is I have just now told you what is a spreadsheet program. But now I am telling you about the MS Excel. MS Excel is a part of a spreadsheet program, and it is a part of a MS Office family. What is a MS Office family? It is a family which are having all the products of the company of Microsoft. Okay. Now next is It gives you the complex features that help you to design the professional spreadsheets. You can prepare your own spreadsheets with the help of this MS Excel software program. Excel has become one of the most used software programs in the business world. In the business environment, Excel is much more compatible and it is widely used in the business world. It was launched in 1985 and the first digital spreadsheet was called as VisiCalc, which was released in 1979. And the file extension of the MS Excel is .xlxx in Excel 2010 worksheet. Please do remember that it is the file extension of Excel 2010. Okay. Now, how to start a MS Excel in your system? First of all, you have to click on the Windows Start button. And then it will going to give you a lot of choices. From that choices, you have to select the Microsoft Office, and from that office, that will going to open you a Microsoft Office family, and from that Office family, you have to select Microsoft Office Excel 2010. I am showing you on the screen recording. You can just have a look of it. Just click on the Start button. After that, click on the Office family. Now this Microsoft Office, this all is a Microsoft family. These all are the products which are developed by the Microsoft company. So open Microsoft Excel from here. Take a new blank workbook and you can open an Excel workbook. So this is your workbook opened. Now you can enter the values in these cells. You can use these rows, you can use these columns. We're going to study them all. Okay, now next is, this is the Microsoft Excel window. This is the type of a window we can see. Now I will tell you the different parts of this window. Please get familiar with this Microsoft Excel window. The ribbon is much more similar to MS Word ribbon. Do you remember that? We have studied in class 4. The ribbon which we have studied for MS Word, it is, I'm not saying properly similar, but it is quite similar to the MS Word ribbon. So this is your ribbon. You all can see the ribbon. On the top you are having a title bar which tells you the title of your workbook. This is the tabs: home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, developer, QuickBooks. These all are the tabs. After this is your active cell. The cell which is bordered by the black line are called the active cell, is called an active cell. These are the columns A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. These are the columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the rows. So vertical are the columns, horizontal are the rows. This is your formula bar. In front of FX you can see white space. So this is your formula bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have just now told you these are the rows, and A, B, C, D are the columns. Now at the bottom, these are your navigation buttons. These are the buttons which are used to move from one sheet to another. And this is your status bar. What is a status bar? Status bar tells you how many words you have used, what are the counts of the numbers you have used, what are the number of the sheets you have used. This all will be displayed in the status bar. These are the sheet tabs: sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. From this button You can take number of the sheets, as many sheets as you want. These are the sheet tabs. These are the view buttons. This will going to study what are the view buttons. We are having the next slide for it. These are the zoom bar. This is a zoom bar we are having. Minus, if we're going to click on the minus, it will going to decrease the size of the Excel sheet, and if we're going to do the plus, it will going to enlarge the Excel sheet. Is this clear to all? Now ribbon, title bar, tabs, formula bar, columns, active cell, rows, status bar, sheet tabs, view buttons, zoom bar and navigation buttons. These all are the Excel window. Now the next one we are having, we're going to study each and every topic one by one. First is title bar. On the right hand side you can see where is the title bar. It is present on the top of the window, which tells you the title of a workbook. It appears at the top of the window and it displays the name of the workbook. When you are going to save your workbook, you give any file name to your workbook, so that name will be displayed in the title bar. And on the right side of it you can see minimize button. This all we have studied in class 4th. Minimize button, maximize button and close button. These three buttons are present on the title bar only. Next we are having file tab. It is present in 2010. File tab. It replaces the office button from MS Excel 2007. This is our office button which we were having in 2007. But in 2010, this office button is being replaced by the file tab. In place of the office button, we are having a file tab here, like home, insert, page layout. These are the tabs. In the same way, we are having one more tab here left to the home, that is the file tab. It gives you the backstage view that contains the information related to the file, that used to save your file, print your file, open your file, close your file, send your file, exit a file. These are all the features which all are present in a file tab. What are the features present in the file tab? Save, open, close, print view, save as, send, exit. These all are the features present in the file tab. These same features we are having in the office button in 2007, and these same features are present in the file tab in 2010. This is the difference of only the version, but the functions are the same. The commands of office buttons are same as the commands of the file tab of MS Office 2010. Okay. Now next, quick access toolbar. You can see it is present on the top. We have studied in class 4th also what is a quick access toolbar. The commands which we are using it frequently, we can place them in the quick access toolbar, which is to the left of the title bar. You can add your commands by yourself. Even you can edit the commands, you can delete the commands of your own choice. You will find this toolbar just above the file tab. It is above the file tab and left to the title bar. It is all the commands which are used frequently. You can place all these commands in this quick access toolbar. You can customize this toolbar as per your requirement with the help of this arrow. You can see this arrow. You can see you can use this arrow to customize your commands. Customize means you can delete the commands, you can add the commands according to your requirement. This is your quick access toolbar. Now next we are having a ribbon. We're going to study about the ribbon. What is a ribbon in MS Excel? Now the ribbon is being organized in 4 components. We are having the 4 components of the ribbon: tabs, home tab, insert tab, page layout tab, formula tab, data tab, review tab, view tab. These all are the tabs and these are the commands: insert command, delete command, format command. These all are the command buttons we are having. This is your dialog box launcher. What is a dialog box launcher? You can see in front of clipboard there is one arrow in a small square. In front of front there is one arrow in a form of a square. Alignment same, you can see one small square. Number in front of number, you can see one small square. So what it is a dialog box launcher which gives you the more features that they are having in this groups. Now the next we are having groups: home, insert, page layout. These all are the tabs and which are present at the bottom are the groups: clipboard group, font group, alignment group, number group, sheets group, cells group, editing group. These all are the groups. These are the 4 components which we are having of ribbon. Now I will explain you one by one in detail. First is the tabs. It appears at the top of the ribbon and contains the groups related to the commands. Every tab is having the different groups. If you are going to click on home group, you will going to have the different commands. If you are going to click on the insert group, you will going to insert tab, you will going to have a different groups. If you are going to click on the page layout tab, you will going to have a different groups. So all the groups are being decided which tab you has clicked. Home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view. These all are the tabs we are having. Now the next is the group, and at the bottom of the ribbon you can see the groups. These are the organized commands in each group whose name appears below the related group in the ribbon. Every group is having the different commands according to the tabs. For example, group of commands related to the font or group of commands related to the alignment. All are having the different commands. If you're going to click on the home tab, you will going to have the different groups. If you're going to click on the insert tab, you will going to have the different groups. You're going to click on the page layout tab, you will going to have a different groups. Every group is different as you will going to click on the different tabs. Now the next is the command buttons we are having. So it is the instruction and it all depends upon the group which you have choose. If you are going to choose the alignment group, you will going to have the different commands. If you are going to choose the number group, you will going to have the different commands. If you are going to choose the font group, you will going to have a different command. So all the commands are different as you will going to select the different group buttons. Next is the dialog box launcher. It is a very small arrow at every group at the lower right corner of the ribbon. When you will going to click on this, a dialog box opens that provides you more options for that group. All the options cannot be displayed here, so they have made one dialog box launcher which is a small arrow at the right side corner of the group, and when you will going to click on this group on this dialog box launcher, you will going to have more features, you will going to have more options related to that group. Now sheet area, where you enter the data, that is called the sheet area, and the blinking line, you all know, that is called the cursor or the insertion point. It represents the location where the data you can type or where the data will appear. If you're going to click your cursor in this A column, one row, the the insertion point will be in this area. Wherever you want to type your text or wherever you want to type the numbers, you have to first of all place your cursor there, and then only you can able to type, and that is called the sheet area. You all know that in MS Word, as we used to work with our cursor only, where the blinking cursor works, there only we can able to type. In the same way, wherever you want to type your numbers in a cell, you have to place your insertion point in that sheet area. Now the row bar. Rows are numbered from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These all are the row numbers. The horizontal lines are called the rows, and it keeps on increasing as you enter the data, and the maximum limit is 1048576 rows. How many rows are there? 1048576 rows are there in a sheet. Column bar. A, B, C, D, vertical lines are called the column bar. So columns are numbered from A, and it keeps on increasing as you will going to enter your data, and after Z it will start from A, B, and so on. A, B, A, C, A, D, A, E, and so on. In this way the columns will go on, and the maximum limit we are having for the columns is 16,384 columns we are having. And how many rows are there? 1048576. Okay, now the next is the name box. A1 is the name box. You can see on the left side of the formula bar, this is your name box. This shows the current address of the active cell. Okay, for example, if your cursor is placed anywhere, and I have just now told you what is an active cell. When any cell is bordered with a black boundary, it is called an active cell. Means you can write anything or you can do anything, you can edit anything, you can delete anything from that cell. So you will not going to learn every time, you will not going to analyze every time which cell I am working. So you have to just put the cursor there, and your name in the name box, it will going to tell you which cell you are. It will going to display its column name and row number. Both the things will be displayed in the name box. For example, you can see this is your active cell. This is a black color boundary cell, so it is your active cell. So it is first going to write its column name, sorry. It will going to write its column name A, and it will going to write its row number, that is A1. So this is your name box. Name box tells you on which active cell your insertion point is there. Okay, so first of all, the column name and row number, column name and row number. This gives you the name box. Now the next is the formula bar. On the right side of the name box, you can see it is a formula bar. Just now I have told you, instead of typing every time the formula, whatever you want to use in your active cell, you can use the formula bar. No need to type everything in the cell only, just select the cell, just only select the cell, and you can type anything in the formula bar that will be edited in the current cell itself. For example, this any cell is not viewed you properly, so just select the cell, make it active, and whatever the content is there in the active cell, it will be displayed in the formula bar, you can do the editing there only and save it. It will be saved in that cell. You need not to write in every cell. Just select the cell and you can do the editing part in the formula bar. Now the next is a cell. A cell is an insertion of a column and a row. Where a column and a row meets, this is called a cell. Each cell is having a unique address. Unique means different address. Every cell is having a different address. No two cells can have a same address. Every cell is having a different address because all the columns are named from A to A, B, C, D and so on, and all the rows are numbered from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So no two cells can have the same name. Every cell will going to have a different name. The black border on the selected cell is called a cell pointer or an active cell. So navigation buttons that are present on the left side of the sheet tabs. It allows you to move from one sheet to another. It is used to display first sheet which you have used, previous sheet, next sheet, last worksheet in the. This is for the first sheet, this is for the previous sheet, this is for the next sheet and this is for the last sheet. These all are the sheets. When you will going to have a number of the sheets, you can use of the navigation buttons that will help you to move from one sheet to another without any difficulty. Okay, now sheet tabs. Now sheet tabs separate a workbook into specific worksheets. This is our workbook. For example, you are having a book, and each book is having different pages in that. Okay, so in the same way we are having a workbook and each workbook is having different sheets in that. That is called sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4 and so on. By default means apne aap. When you will going to open the spreadsheet software, you will going to have only 3 sheets, but you can add the number of the sheets you want with this add sheet button. Okay, you can use this button and you can add the number of the sheets you want to use. This is the sheet tab. Now the status bar. It runs horizontally at the bottom of the Excel screen. You can see this is the status bar. It gives you the information about the current worksheet, data the worksheet contains, and the status, on off status of keys such as caps lock, scroll lock, num lock. Means it gives you the current location of the key. It tells you whether your caps lock key is on and off, your scroll key is on and off, numlock key which is used to type the numbers is on and off. That all can be displayed you in the status bar. You can figure out by clicking anywhere right on the status bar and deselecting options from the provided list. If you don't want to see any status regarding to any key, you can right click on the status bar and you can deactivate the status of that key. It will not going to show you on the status bar. Now the zoom control. The zoom control, just now I have told you minus sign. If you are going to click on the minus sign, it will going to decrease. If you are going to use the minus sign, it will going to decrease the size of your content of your spreadsheet, and if you are going to use the plus sign, it will going to increase the zoom size, or it will going to make your zoom much more closer to the content. Now the view buttons. View buttons, these are present on the right side of the status bar and the left side of the zoom bar, you can see 3 buttons are present here. Right side of the status bar and the left side of the zoom bar. These are the 3 buttons. Left side of the zoom control, just now I have told you, and the right side of the status bar. It helps you to switch among Excel's various sheet views. We are having different views of the Excel sheets even. What are the views? First is the normal layout view. First button is used for the normal layout view. It displays the page in the normal view or usual default view. This is the default view we are having. We can see the page like this as it is. Now the next button we can have is the page layout view. This displays pages exactly as they appear when printed. This gives a full screen look of the entire document. This will tell you this. If you are going to click on this button will show you how your pages will look when you will going to take out the printout of the pages, how they will look, and this look will be on a full screen mode of the entire document. Now the third is the page break view. This shows the preview of where pages will break when printed. This will show you where there will be a breaking in a page. If in one page, if you have given the text, you have made a page bigger than its size, it will tell you till where the first printed page will come and so on. It will tell you the breaking of the page of a printing. During the printing time, how much data will it cover at one time print and how much data will it break and how much will be printed on the next page. This will come in the page break view. Students, hope you all have understood what I have told you in this tutorial. But if you face any problem, if you are facing in any word, any topic, any line or anything, just note it down somewhere so it will be easy for you to ask your problems and it will be easy for me even to take the problems in the Zoom session. And we were going to have the Zoom session soon, as you are having the Zoom sessions of the other subjects also. So feel free to ask your questions. No need to hesitate. What the other students will think, no need to think about it. Feel free. Thank you.